The police station buzzed loudly that afternoon, phone sounding endlessly, officers rushing through hallways while the sound of keyboards looking for filled the courtroom atmosphere of the department. But despite all the movement outside, one cabin remained suffocating silent. Jen's office, the large glass windows reflected the cloudy sky outside, while piles of case files covered almost every corner of his desk. The scent of black coffee lingered heavily through the room, mixing with the faint smell of cigarette smoke trapped inside the curtains from countless sleepless nights. Jim sat behind his desk reading through documents calmly, his sharp eyes scanning every single page carefully. While on a hand rested against his temper tiredly, his expression was composed as always, cold, professional, unreadable. But the moment footsteps echoed outside his office door, his eyes lifted slightly, and then, without knocking, the door suddenly swung open harshly. Lisa entered the cabin with a dangerous expression on her face, her eyes burning with anger and determination, while the file in her hand remained clenched tightly enough to wrinkle beneath her fingers. The force with which she entered made even the officers outside glance nervously towards the office immediately. Jim slowly leaned back against his chair, watching her silently, though inside his chest something tightened instantly. "We need to talk," she said sharply while slamming the file onto his desk loudly. Jim's jaw tightened slightly at her tone, but his face remained calm. "Since when did you forget how to knock before entering a senior officer's office?" he asked coldly while placing his pen down carefully. "Since I realized my senior officer might actually be helping a serial killer," she fired back immediately while stepping further towards the desk. For one brief second, Jim's heartbeat skipped violently inside his chest. A sharp tension shot through his body, hearing those words directly from her mouth. But years of experience kept his face completely unreadable. Inside, however, he screamed silently. How much did she know? What exactly did she find? "Careful with your words, officer," he warned quietly, his tone suddenly cold and loud. "Why did I hit the truth?" she asked mockingly while crossing her arms tightly over her chest. Then stared at her for several long seconds before standing up slowly from his chair. The atmosphere inside the cabin shifted, immediately becoming heavy and more dangerous as both of them stood facing each other across the desk like two enemies hiding beneath police uniforms. "Explain yourself properly," he ordered firmly while narrowing his eyes at her. "Gladly," she laughed bitterly before opening the file aggressively. "I met a real cancer Jim yesterday." Jill's fingers clenched almost invisibly beside her. "Funny, right?" she continued sarcastically while pulling out photographs and papers from the file. "Because according to all this myths, the man introducing himself as cancer Jim inside the department was you." Silence fell heavily inside the office immediately. Jim looked at the photograph silently, his mind racing rapidly around him. Outwardly, he remained perfectly calm. "I checked everything," she continued while pacing slowly in front of his desk. "Double times of Jim exists, different department, different identity, completely different life. So tell me something, senior officer, why were you pretending to be him?" "I wasn't," Jim answered instantly without hesitation. "Don't lie to me," she snapped loudly, slamming her hand onto the desk. "I saw your reaction every single time. His name came up every single time." "You are crossing your limits now, Lisa," he said sharply while his expression darkened dangerously. "No, I'm finally seeing clearly now." She shot back immediately, her voice sharpening slightly with anger and frustration. Downsec escaped from high security prison. CCTV footage disappeared magically. Witnesses vanished, evidence disappeared before which you knew, and somehow you were always around every suspicious incident. Jim clenched his jaw hard enough to hurt now. "Do you even hear yourself right now?" he asked coldly while stepping closer towards her slowly. You are accusing your own senior officer based on assumption and paranoia. My instincts never failed me before," she whispered dangerously while staring directly into his eyes. "Instincts aren't evidence," he replied coldly. "They gave me one reason not to suspect you," she challenged immediately, chin in her, slowly trying to control the growing irritation inside her. The man you met could easily be a fraud pretending to be so Jin, he answered calmly, though his voice had become sharper now. Did you even verify anything beyond an ID card? I already verified enough, she replied instantly. Enough for that to destroy your own career? He scoffed quietly while shaking his head slightly. You are emotional right now because this case has consumed you completely. Don't turn this on me. She snapped immediately. Then stop acting recklessly. She barked suddenly, his voice swelling with pain. Do you realize how serious these allegations are? I could suspend you immediately for this behavior. Lisa laughed suddenly, loudly, bitterly. Suspend me then, she said mockingly while tilting her head slightly. Go ahead. Jin's eyes darkened immediately, but it will only be temporary. She continued calmly now while staring directly at him fearlessly. Because I know the escorts this agency has, are you absolute that the moment I prove you're involved with the killer, nobody will save you. The tension inside the office became unbearable now. Even the officers outside had completely stopped moving, hearing the muffled argument through the walls. Jin looked at her silently, rage building slowly inside him. Not because she insulted him, but because she was getting too close now, far too close. Get out, he said quietly, his voice dangerously low like truth hurts her. She mocked while gathering the girls back into her arms. I said get out. He shouted loudly this time, slamming his hand violently onto the desk, making the coffee cup shake loudly. Lisa didn't flinch even slightly. Instead, a cold smile slowly appeared on her lips as she stared at him. You know what's funny? She asked softly while walking towards the door slowly. Innocent people usually get angry because they are insulted. She stopped directly near the door before turning her head slightly towards him. But guilty people, she whispered quietly while narrowing her eyes. They get angry because they are scared. Jill's breathing turned heavier instantly hearing that. I'll find out everything thanks to you, or should I say who I am, who really are? She said coldly before opening the door finally, and then she walked out confidently. Her footsteps echoing loudly through the hallway while officers immediately lowered their heads, pretending not to stare. The office door slammed shut behind her loudly. Silence consumed the cabin again instantly. Jim stood frozen beside the desk, his fist clenched tightly while rage and panic mixed violently inside his chest. His breathing remained uneven now, something extremely rare for someone usually so calm. Slowly he grabbed one trembling hand down his face before looking towards the closed office door with dark, dangerous eyes. Damn it, he muttered, under his breath while sweating his fist tightly for a brief second, because now he understood something clearly. Lisa wasn't stopping anymore, and the closer she got to the truth, the bloodier this thing was about to become.